Oh boy. Wow. Wow. Man, come on in, man. Come on in. 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 I don't even know, bro. I just don't know what to say about this. I just don't. I mean, let me get this thing set up, man. I'm gonna let you guys come on in, man. You guys can tell me what you guys think. Because this is a problem. Now, I will say this. I'm gonna say something. And I just hope I'm gonna let me hit the link, man. I'll let you guys come in because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I just don't want to say the wrong thing. Let me let you guys come on in. The link is in the chat. You guys start tapping in. I see you guys coming in. Wow. If Moss was mobile on that last play, he could have rolled out. He could have got away from a defender. It's hard for me to try to. The link is in the chat. Those who want to tap in, man. The link is in the chat. Look, Tidy, what's up, big dog?
Bro, we went to the run, which was good. It was working for us. We was doing our thing, bro. I'm sitting right here on the bed watching the game, bro. But
Hey,
at the end of the day,
you might as well put some blankets on your head, bro, and go to sleep. And go to sleep. Put some blankets on me and go to sleep. This ain't what's happening, man. Like,
bro, at the end of the day, he couldn't move around. Even right there on that last play, it's like
God,
he couldn't escape. He couldn't create, bro. I'm sick, bro. He couldn't move. He couldn't move around right now, bro. That shit, man. That stuff had me hot, bro.
We really got 5 losses right now.
Five losses, bro. Me, all conference. I'm gonna
keep it 100. To me, and I was defending Lincoln Riley for a long time. The way this game was called, bro, and the way he's coaching this game, and the fact that he didn't put Mayav in there, I feel like he put himself at risk. I'm just gonna be honest.
He did, bro.
He put himself at risk. He put himself at risk for his coaching future at USC. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it because you don't. This doesn't happen. You can't tell me you that stubborn that you don't want to make any type of necessary changes to win this game. Nobody's bigger than the program. They tell you that in the hood. They tell you that everywhere. Nobody,
like you say, we know that.
Yeah,
we've been hearing that our whole life. Nobody bigger than the program.
This can't happen like this, man. This can't happen.
We don't got names on the back of our jerseys, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like how stubborn are you gonna be? Like, even the commentators is like, come on, bro. But one thing I can say, he went to the run game,
and it
was working for us.
But then when he was down on the end zone on second down,
he passed on second down.
Why?
Then ran it on fourth.
Why?
Like, it was just weird, bro.
The thing with the fourth down run, that's a play that you put Mayav in because the defense knows that Miller's not gonna pull it and run.
They know that.
So they go, But if Mayav is in there, it gives you that option, and that's what we've been trying to say all along.
That's all you've been saying. You gotta have those. You gotta at least, if you're not just gonna pull him, at least have those packages so we could throw the defense off. We can't be just one dimensional, if that makes sense.
No, you're making a whole lot of sense. You're making a whole lot of sense
because the other teams are not respecting it. Yeah, he pulled it last week for that little touchdown run. But that was a fluke. He ain't did it since.
No, because
you know what I'm saying, Jay? He ain't did it since. He ain't did it since.
And when he did it, it looked a little lost in the sauceness with it, though. Because it was a little slower. If you notice the difference when Jaden Mayav did it last week, he looked extremely fast. Man,
another aspect, like we always talk about, like when we be like, he don't fit our offense, the scheme. Another aspect we don't bring up too is that a lot of, I know because you know, everybody don't know, but I got folks over there. So like we a little more tapped in. So I know, like with the offensive scheme as far as the routes, a lot of our routes take time to develop from the
Right.
plays he called. And if you can't move around, that we used to get mad at Caleb for doing video game stuff. But the reality of it is a lot of the routes within our offense takes time to develop. So if
Absolutely.
you can't move around and you know what I'm saying, even you ain't gotta be hella mobile and all that, but if you can't move around and buy time,
It's a little.
sometimes the routes don't develop, bro.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
get what I'm
It's,
saying?
it's
And
a little bit of time, and it just
look how many picks he almost had, bro. Low key, he threw a couple, but look at all the other picks he almost had. Like, what are you
probably could have
doing?
been about 5. Like, but I don't, and that's not like for us to just cringe every time that he gets the ball in his hands because you don't know. Like, he made an incredible play with Makai Lemon in the end zone, but then
Hmm.
it's like you don't know what you're gonna get. Like, sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? I don't
And
understand.
that was just a blessing because that safety came down for that drag for our slot on a little drag around, and Makai Lemon just ran a good route up the seam. You
Yeah,
bet not miss that pocket
yeah,
quarterback. You bet
yeah,
not miss that, Mr. Pocket Quarterback. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that was
Hey, hey,
can't I can't
and
attribute that to him. That was
yeah.
Makai Lemon running a good route, getting open, and like any quarterback could have hit that, but
But the commentators were saying he got all the time in the world, man. And
he
so
did, Jay. He
I don't
did,
know,
Jay.
man. I'm
I
not
don't want to
sure,
hear nobody talking about our line. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I don't want to
man.
hear none of that
I'm gonna take some more of these calls, fam, and we're gonna get to
all
it,
the
man.
time, man.
Feel
I'm
like,
surprised Brian ain't up in here, man.
yeah, I think I got a couple waiting. Brian on here, he about to come on now. So I'm about to take these in order real quick. I'm gonna get Brian, then I'm gonna get Keon. So look, man, you guys bear with me on this. So all right, anything else you want to say before you get up out of here?
Nah, I mean, you know me, Jay. I'm riding with my Trojans regardless. As
Hey,
frustrated as
yeah,
I
yeah. I
am,
mean,
I'm
yeah.
still gonna stay the course. But it's
I'm gonna say
like
it. Absolutely. It's
it's
frustrating.
wild. It's wild, loved ones. It's
Yeah.
wild, fam. It's
All
wild.
right.
But we will fight on. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Absolutely. Fight on,
All
big
right.
dog. B, I'm gonna go down and
What's
take you
up?
now because I know you're gonna come back in a minute. Uh, go ahead, bro.
Listen, man. Listen. I would say this is Miller Moss, but it's on Riley. I blame Riley
Yeah,
for
because
this
he's the
whole
one.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, he put him
Because
in that position.
he's the architect. But even with that though, man, we still had a chance to win this game. Why he passed it on second and goal, I don't know.
That was the
When
most
the
stupid.
when the I guess he figured he would draw up the linebackers with the run and hit Deuce over the top. But if you notice, even with the height that Jacoby Lane got and Deuce Robinson got, he still overthrow those kids, man.
It's
He
it's
still overthrow them. And fourth and
it's
one, like I
wild, man.
was saying, on fourth and one, like I was saying to you on Instagram, man. If you bring Maeva in, man, you can quarterback sneak him. What he's 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah,
He can
but
quarterback sneak it on that fourth and one, man.
on that fourth. But the thing is, I'm not even talking about a quarterback sneak. I'm talking about on the fourth down play where Woody Marks got stopped.
Right.
The defense knows that Miller Moss is not going to pull that and run, and
Well,
so
I think the guard Alon and Noah missed his assignment. He missed his block, so he doubled down with the sun on the nose and
right.
left the guy over him wide open. So that's how they ended up getting in there. But what I'm saying is this: if you go on a center with Maeva with his height, he get pushed into the end zone for that touchdown in that fourth and one.
Yeah, it's easy money. It's easy
So
money.
so changed up his game plan in the second half and started running Woody Marks. But that kid could have had at least easily 200 yards this game, man, had he run him in the first half.
Yep.
The
Yep.
offensive line have given, and like my man was saying before I came on, I don't want to hear nothing about no offensive line. The
They
offensive
play.
line, he
They
had
play.
all day to throw the ball,
Yep.
all day to throw the ball. But what's more telling is what I've been saying, Jay. The reason why we need Maeva in there instead of Moss. He had what 6, 7 seconds to throw the ball, right?
A lot of
Those
times.
were, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of them he was still trying to throw in the tight windows. Guess what Marva could have done with those 6 or 7 seconds?
Oh,
Took
hold
off
on.
running.
Yeah. 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 Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey,
Guess what he
I see you, Coach. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. I just put it in there just now. All right.
guess guess what he could have done with those 6 or 7 seconds? Taking off running and took off running and get the first down. That's what Marva could have done. If you
Yeah.
want to drop those, if you want to drop those 7 DBs back like that, and because that's how they ended up with the number one, passing defense. But even with that, what Moss had, 300 yards, but he is not the QB, man. He should have had 5 picks on this game.
Yeah, I know.
The first one I put it on my man Kyle Ford. The first one I put it on him. But Moss could have easily had another 5 picks in this game. The defense just dropped the ball.
Yeah, man. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Easily, man. So again, man, like I've been saying since the Minnesota game, man, Moss should have been replaced. You said give him some packages, give him over some packages. I said no.
Yeah,
you needed to replace him
you
then.
It like that? I was saying
I
packages.
said it then. No.
Hey, just hold tight for a minute. You stay.
Okay. Okay.
Christian, what's going on, man?
What's good, brother?
Hold on, let me bring in Coach too.
Jay,
hey,
what's good, Jay?
Hey, Christian, hold tight. You on with me? Hey, talk to me, Coach, because I know you about to go start your show. Christian, hold tight.
No. We're gonna go. We're going tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Okay.
We're going tomorrow at 9.
Well, I got all 4 of you on right now. I got to do this because there's multiple people coming. I got about 1,100 people up in here right now, but we gonna have to make it happen. Hey,
Coach.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
This is what I want. This is what I want everybody to do. I want everybody to go to LAFB, USC Twitter, and I put legit clips and I talked through what mistakes was, where there was mistakes and where it was good. I talked through all of it because I even show where the scheme is bad on defense. Show where the scheme was bad on defense. Show where it was bad on offense, and I show where it was good and bad. Go look at it. I talk through all of it, Jay.
So Coach, let's hear your angle though. I want to hear your angle. You already know where I'm coming from, but I want to hear. And Christian, I want you to jump in too, but I want to hear your angle on it though.
All right,
on the game as a whole.
So the game as a whole, let's talk about how they came out. They came out flat, unprepared. It's a traveling issue, right? It looked like they weren't ready for what UW really was. And if you haven't played in the Pac-10, Pac-8, Pac-12, you don't know how loud these stadiums really are when you go on the road. Every single stadium besides Stanford is a loud stadium. They're top in the nation. It's a factual thing. If you don't believe me, go to Corvallis.
Hey, I've been there. I took a recruiting trip there back in the day, and I know I was there, man. That place gets extremely loud.
Super loud. So it looked like they weren't prepared, right? And then second half they came out smoking. And then my hat goes off to Steven Belichick. He called a hell of a game. The pick where Miller Moss threw and he dropped the end. Every single last one of us would have threw that same pick to that defense end. You don't see that defense end. They still do it in the NFL. That was good scheme. They got him on that one. It was a bad throw. I'm not gonna say he shouldn't have thrown the pick. He schemed him up real good. He baited him into a lot of interceptions, and he baited him into 2 interceptions.
Well, Coach, hold on, 1 second. I just got to ask you though. Yeah. At some point, when we look at the overall picture though, and I just want to know your response on this. At what point do we, you look at the interception to touchdown ratio now? You're talking about they running neck and neck as far as the interception to touchdown ratio.
After bye week, you got to start looking at it. After this bye week, you got to start looking at it. You have to. He's going to be your quarterback next year. If you want him to stay next year.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's getting to a point now to where you got to keep dudes, right? Like, and I said this on our show the other day. I said Miller Moss can't come back regardless. NFL, or if he doesn't like NFL, he can't come back. You got to put him in the portal. It's Mayavi's turn. So if you're going to make the change, you got to make this change after this bye week. You got to start working on, and you got to keep him there. You keep Miller Moss in the game after this bye week, you're now 4-5. You keep Miller Moss in, you're going to lose Mayava, you're going to lose Juju Lewis, you're going to lose a bunch of guys. You got to keep guys. You got to make a change after bye week. You have to. I get you try to stick out with them, and you know how I feel about Miller Moss. I think he's good. Something's not clicking right now, and I'll admit it. Something's just not clicking right now, and he's not executing on the level that he's able to execute on, and it's time to make a change. You got to make the change now. I'm with you 100%, Jay. You got to make the change, and the reason why you do make the change, and I'm a piggyback off your tweet, is when you're on 4th and 1, you have the option to run an RPO on 4th and 1. At that point in time, you knew there was no option for RPO. You knew
absolutely
was going to keep the ball. You got to be able to. You got to have more than one option down there. And and they were unable to do it. We needed to stop again. We got to stop finally, but we just couldn't score the ball. It's like, to me, in my opinion, and I will say my professional opinion because I got paid to do it. I got pensions from universities collecting money right now. Me, in my professional opinion, we have yet to play a complete game, and we don't play a complete game. When the offense is rolling, the defense is not. When the defense is rolling, the offense is not. And when the offense and defense is rolling, the special teams has the issue. We have yet to play one complete game of football, and that is our biggest kryptonite.
All
And
right,
it's
bro.
the
Hey,
quarterback. We got to make a quarterback change.
But coach, can I interject for a second? Last year, our biggest problem was what? The defense getting timely stops, right? This year, the defense have done enough in every game to keep us in it. It's like I've been saying since week 4 when we lost against Minnesota. The problem is you don't have a quarterback to fit his scheme. Mouse is the problem. I've been saying that. Mouse is the problem. He's a problem. 4th and 1. If you had a 6'5" Jada Marv in there, you can do a quarterback sneak. You don't have to worry about the ends crashing down. You get the 2 running backs behind him, or the halfback and the running back, and you push Marva into that end zone at 6'1", at 6'5".
Well, it was a play call too. I don't know why they motioned. I don't know why they motioned Walker Lyons in, and then they sent them out to seal the edge, and they had another tight end in. They should have just sealed the edge with the tight end and read a lead with Walker Lyons. And I will say this: we did not get a stop in Michigan, we did not get a stop in Minnesota, and we did not get a stop in Penn State, and we did not get a stop in Maryland. The defense has not gotten stops when we need to get stops. We have to stop acting like the defense is this savior. They're not.
Well, I'm gonna
not
say,
that
hey,
good.
well, I'm gonna let Christian jump in real quick, but real quick before Christian jumps in, I'm gonna say this, especially the first half. I know for a fact that they stopped them on a couple times, but the offense was not producing at all. And it was like at some point when you consider the fact that we got several guys that are out right now, and you know it's a bunch of young guys in there, and it's like at some point they're gonna break. You know what I mean? Like you can't allow them to just continue to be on the field and just not do anything or not produce. But real quick, oh, this is Juju Mom in here. Oh man, Juju Mom is in the chat. Christian, go ahead.
Come to SC.
Come to SC, bro.
Hey,
come to SC. We'll get it right.
Hey, please come. Hey, please make sure your son comes.
Come to SC. Hey, Jay, real quick before Christian goes. Defense did get a stop today. Defense, I will say,
Yes.
I want to say this. Defense did get stops today.
Absolutely.
They got stops today.
Hey, please make sure your son comes, please. No, I don't. Why is somebody arguing with Juju Mama? Indiana would. I don't know what he's talking about. But anyway, Christian, what do you got to say?
Coach left me.
Yeah, for a minute. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna say the same thing that I've been saying for the past few weeks. Basically what Coach is saying, complete game, but I call it we don't play complementary football. And that means offense, defense, special teams complement each other. When the defense is holding them, the offense is not doing anything. Offense score, defense let them come back down and score. Special teams, we need to find a field goal kicker. I don't know if it's going to be in recruiting or the portal, but we need a field goal kicker. I mean, the guy got 5 or 6 misses on a year, and that's just not acceptable. But the offensive line played better, and I know everybody want to bash Riley and bash this, but let's be honest. We had offensive linemen that had 4 or 5 false starts who had 25 yards in penalty just from false starts. That's unacceptable. You can't have that. That means in the first half, most of the time, we was on first down with the intention to run. Now we're at 1st and 15. So now we're passing because we're behind the sticks. So that's why in the first half, we were passing a lot more because we have to. And in the first half, the offensive line wasn't moving anybody in the run game. We were getting 1 or 2 yards, and we were getting behind the sticks because they were false starting. Second half, it was a lot different. We were able to play ahead of the sticks and get that going. Not only that, I don't care what play is called. You can know the play. You on the 3-yard line and you got 4 downs and you run it 3 times and you can't get 3 yards. That's an issue with not moving bodies. That's the issue with not opening up a hole. I don't care what the play call is. I can tell you to play, but man-on-man football, I should be able to move you for 3 yards. That's 1 yard of play. All we need was 1 yard of play, and we couldn't open up holes and we couldn't move nobody. So
Right.
we can't ignore that fact. Yeah, the defense had their struggles, especially in the first half. But I mean, they held on to one score in the second half, and that was after the interception. They did get us the ball back, but it's the same thing we've seen all year. Remember, you asked me yesterday how I see this game. I said
Yeah.
a close game. I said a close game is gonna come down to the end again if we can finally make a play on either side of the ball to change the game at the end. And again, we could not. We had another opportunity. I mean, we got all the way down to the 15-yard line and couldn't score. We got down to the 1-yard line the drive before that. So it's like we've yet to have somebody on offense or defense step up and make a play when we got to have it. And I don't, at this point today, I was like, I mean, I done seen this movie for the past 5-6 weeks. So, I mean, it's kind of what I was expecting. I was hoping the outcome was going to be different. And I'm waiting for us to turn that page, because I feel like if we finally win one of these fourth quarter games, that it'll put so much life in the players and their mindset to get out their mind and psyche. Because as a player, you can sometimes start to believe, oh, we in the fourth quarter, it's a close game. Oh, we gonna mess up, or we gonna give up a play. You know what I'm saying? It get in your psyche. And the only way to get out of it is to prove you can do otherwise. So I was hoping today was gonna be that game. I was hoping Penn State was gonna be that game. I was hoping Minnesota was gonna be that game. But yet again, we have not found a way to win these close games.
Right. Hey, hold
But I'm
tight.
gonna say this. I'm not ready to get rid of Riley this year. I want to see next year, and because I believe we have a young team. His name escapes him right now, but number 44 on defense. Oh, he's nice. You know what I'm saying? Sam Green. He's nice. We got good people coming in. We're young on offense and defense. And I feel like this season is a character maker. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're gonna be looking at the game next year and saying, last year we were losing these games, but next year, you know what I'm saying, because we're going through this experience with such young players, a whole lot of true sophomores and freshmen, that is going to build up their character. And we get in these games in the future, we gonna be ready for it and know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go through failure before you can have success.
Absolutely.
And that happens with a young team.
Yep. So man, I just hold tight for a minute. You can stay on with me. I'm gonna answer some of these calls real quick.
Go ahead, my guy.
Keon, what's going on?
USCJ, how you feeling, man? Just tell me the truth.
Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it played out. I agree with Christian. He's correct. They have not played a complete game this whole year. And
Right.
I'm just being honest. They haven't played a complete game. And those penalties, people not talking about it, but those consecutive penalties by that tackle, and if you think about it, who gave up the last sack?
Yep.
So this is all the same thing. It's all a learning process. And like I told you, they can't close. That's what it all comes down to. You cannot close. They cannot close. I don't know if it's psychological. I don't know if they don't know how to win yet, but they do not know how to close. And if you think about it, Miller Moss has thrown a pick in each of the losses that has led the team to take lead on the next score.
Yep.
Think about it.
Yep.
He's done it consecutively. So I agree with you. You might have to put in, it might be my overtime and let them roll, but they can't close. And to me, that's indicative of the coach. That's indicative of I can't really put it on the players because they're so young, but it's really indicative of the coach. And they couldn't run the ball like we talked about. They should have ran the ball early in the first half. Couldn't do anything with it. They had great field position on the first play, on the first drive. It's just all that stuff will come up to you and will bite you, and it's bitten them 5 times this year.
Man,
this is how I look at the team.
It's unspeakable, man, and it's hard. It's hard when you see, especially like you see it in the first half, and we see the same thing over and over again. But you see the constant consistency of just the right personnel not being in there for situational football. You know, there's some strengths with Miller Moss. As you see, he went down there and got Mekhi Lemon the ball, but then it's like he comes right back and just you almost forget about some of the great things that he does, because it's like he erases them with some of the things that he did in the first half, and then when he came back around and did what he did in the second half after he threw the touchdown. It's just kind of, I'm not sure, man, if he's lacking confidence or what. It wasn't like this at the beginning of the year. I'm not sure what it is with him. I don't know. Christian, anything you want to say?
Yeah, that's another thing we can't have. Like we're not a team yet where we can overcome missed field goals, missed opportunities in the red zone, and 3 turnovers. Every game we've lost, we've had every game we lost, we've had missed field goal, over 2 turnovers. You see what I'm saying? We're not for one. If you look at Georgia play, Georgia offensively is very bad, but they are very, very elite on defense, and their defense keep them in every game. It happened again today. They should have lost that game. Carson Beck can go out and throw 2 interceptions a game like he's doing, and they still win because their defense is shut down elite. Our defense is not elite, but our defense is nowhere near sorry. Our defense is doing what they're built to do, which is to keep teams 26 and below. Like if we would have said at the beginning of the year, would you want your defense not to give up more than 26 points, never do that? Or we would have took that.
Here's the thing. And you think about the talented guys we have on offense. As much as people were talking about the offensive line, this offensive line, like next year, I think they're gonna be even better. I see a lot of people in the chat. I'm coming right to you. But the offensive line, they're gonna be even better than what we saw them get better and better as the year goes. Miller Moss had a lot of time, so I think it's gonna be okay. But you think about the skill players that's gonna be all around. Hopefully Juju. We saw his mom in here a few minutes ago. Hopefully Juju or Maava, whichever one. But they're gonna have some tools around them. They're gonna have some great weapons around them.
And here's the thing, Jay, that I want everybody to remember is what I've been saying. We only got 3 seniors that's starting on offense. Everyone else is true sophomores or redshirt freshmen.
Yeah.
That didn't get our receivers, we seen them play in the Holiday Bowl, but before that, they didn't play every game. They didn't get much clock. You know what I'm saying? Experience. So we have a outside of branch. We have a young offensive team, and that's what it looks like. Our offensive linemen, they're young and inexperienced, but as you're saying, we've seen them get better and better and better. And I'm going to say this too as well. We haven't seen all the changes that we wanted to, even with a young coach in Riley. We've seen some growth in the second half today. He committed to the run. He committed to it. He even ran the ball on, 3rd and 4. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times he committed to it.
Yeah, he committed.
We have never seen Riley on the 3-yard line, 3 out of 4 plays run the ball. He was committed. He was committed to it.
He was committed to it in the second half. But here's what I'm gonna say, Christian: the way our team right now is built, with all the guys that are gone right now, right? Especially from a defensive standpoint, you got to commit a little early in the first half so that we can establish some type of cushion. Because you know where we at. And so eventually this defense is going to wear it down. So that's the only thing, and I agree with you on that. Keon, you have anything you want to say on that?
Yeah, you're right. It's more of they're so young that we need a lead so we can kind of work the clock. Because you don't want to be in those situations now. We've seen it now. We've seen how they react. And Lincoln did great in the second half, but in the first half, he didn't run the ball. He was passing too much. Miller Moss threw the ball over 40 times a day. You cannot have that with a quarterback like that has problems with interceptions at inopportune times in the game. And he's done this multiple times this year because we've seen it. So it's one of those things where it's a growth thing for both of them. The coach has to grow, the players have to grow. But I agree with USCJ. Miller Moss can't come back. I'm just keeping it 100. He can't come back. You have to start thinking about how I'm going to shape my team for next year and try to get some positive energy going, because that stuff right there is demoralizing to anybody, because you're watching yourself. You don't believe when you get to the 4th. You know what I mean? Those 1-score games, you start getting nervous. They don't believe. And that's a big thing when you're watching them play. Like, I didn't believe it, and I shouldn't be saying that. So that's how I look at it. I look at that team it's a growth issue. They'll be great next year, but right now it's a struggle.
I guess
And
I'm kind of in the same boat as what you saying, Keon, because I don't know if I'm going to say I don't believe. I know I believe because I know that we're capable. So let me say it like that. I believe because I know we're very capable. I believe because I know we got the weapons, Mekhi Lemon, Deuce Robinson, Kyle Ford, all these different guys, Zach Branch. I believe from that perspective, but I don't believe. Well, I don't even like to say don't believe. I'll say I don't know what to expect because I don't know if it's going to be like an interception. I don't know what it's going to be. You know what I mean? It's like you don't know what you're going to get. Whereas last year, you confident that the offense is going to. It might be crazy looking, maybe at times. Maybe Caleb may be running around, and but we know that there's going to be some points put up. You know what I mean?
And he's gonna make. And he's gonna make the play when he needs to in the clutch because we've seen him do it. So I think the word you're looking for is not that you don't believe, is that you don't. And it's the same with me. Is I don't trust him.
Let me ask you both. A question. We've lost 5 games this year, right? Right?
Yeah.
We lost them all in the fourth quarter, right?
Right.
What has been the most consistent thing about those losses?
It's a lot. We don't not playing complementary football, turnovers, too many penalties, and on both sides of the ball, no one being able to make the play when we needed to make the big play.
Okay, so what is that? What? So you've just answered the question. You just answered that the reason why it's like that is because they can't close and they make bad decisions. And I'm not gonna put this on Miller Moss, but bad interceptions that kill you, that lead to them taking leads in games where we can't come back. Correct? So that's been the narrative this year with USC. So if that's the narrative, I'm just asking y'all. I believe in USC. I'm rocking with USC till I die. It's not about that. It's about this team right now and what you see on the field in the fourth quarter if it's close. And when it's close now, what is it taught us when it gets close this year when we play in tight games? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And we're not saying that every time it's Miller Moss in these close games down the stretch that's going, that it's because it's been times that we've had the lead in the defense been on the field and they can get off. That's why I said on both sides of the ball, no one has been able to step up and make the play with the game changing play that we need when we need to. Like we can't get either we can't make a tackle, we can't sack the quarterback, even though we got him against Penn State and he throw a 4th and 9 completion when he's in the arm. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or it's the offense can't complete a simple 7-yard slant route. We throw it too high, so we can't kick a field goal. Or it's like today, offense on the goal line can't score. Get down to the 15-yard line. It's field goal kicking has been atrocious all year. So we do need to address that. We need to find a kicker. We need to find a kicker bad. In every game we lost, let's throw that in there too. We've missed a field goal. We've had over 2 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? And penalties. And I mean, because for one offensive lineman, that's 25 yards in penalties just pre-snap. I've never seen that before.
I'm gonna tell you guys. Go ahead.
Oh, penalties are self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's only you. And I think Murphy, he had a couple of things where while the offensive line was playing well, Murphy had, he had some issues going on. But, I'm going to say this. Cody Kessler, I listen to him because he, every now and then, he's one of the ones that I consider in the media that keep it real. And he said this a couple of weeks ago. He said 2 things. He said 2 things that everybody's pretty much going to always remember about a team or they're always going to point to at a team when they're losing or when they're winning. It's going to be 2 things. What do you guys think those 2 things are?
Coaching. To me, it's coaching. Well, a lot of things that I would say would be under coaching. So the first thing I would say is coaching. They always going to win or lose. They're going to blame the coach, no matter what. And and everything else I could think of really kind of falls on the coaching. Because the other thing I would say is discipline.
Okay. Well, Keon, what about you?
I was disciplined, and I would say it's coaching, but it's also blame will always go to quarterbacks. That's just the way it works. You
hit the $1 million. You got the $1 million question. He said, and I agree because this is kind of what we've been echoing on this show from the get go. It's coaching and it's the quarterback. Quarterback, he's the one out there executing whatever the coach is giving to him. Once the coach relinquishes the play, give up the play to you, you have to execute that. That's on Miller. Now, the other part is coaching. You have to have the ability to say, look, whatever I got in my mind from, I'm not sure what he thinks or how you think, but we see Quinn Joyner get pulled out the game for fumbling the ball. We see multiple guys who make mistakes get pulled from the game. When we see a guy that's constantly, man, like at some point you have to. Something is there that we don't know about. That because it's like, how do you keep continuing to do it at the most critical times? And it happened again today. We said it at the Michigan game. We said it about the Minnesota game. We said it about the Penn State game. We said it about the Maryland game. Why do we have to continue to go over the same scenario at the most critical times in the game? It's INTs. Now that wipes out. And as good as Miller, I don't know who's all looked at his yardage. Miller Moss has some excellent yardage.
Yeah, he had over 300 yards.
Well,
but it was for naught. It was for naught. Like what he just said.
That's what I'm saying. For thus far, Miller Moss has he's got about 20, maybe 2,500 yards, which is great. All that is great. But the interception to touchdown ratio right now is not complementing what he's doing on the field, and it's really having his team to lose games. Look at Washington only scored 26 points. Just imagine if we could just put up 35 points a game, but we're not doing it, man. This is not. We always said that. Look, if we could just average about 25 points from the defense, we gonna win coming into the season. But this is not happening, man. It's crazy.
And guess what, Jay? If we score on the goal line, we score at the end of the game. That's the 35 points we need right there, and we win.
But you know what? But you're right, Christian. But you know
we
what?
Couldn't get it.
You know what? But check it out.
I'm agreeing with what Jay's saying. I'm just pointing that out.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But when USC took the lead, we took the lead, right? And the next possession, we stopped on defense. We got the ball.
He threw an interception. He threw an interception. They went down and scored.
His interceptions are game changers. They're momentum builders. They're not like interceptions where it doesn't bother us.
Yeah,
it's the other team in the game.
It's game changing and they life changing, literally.
Yep.
It's changing everybody's life right now because we see it's happening and it continues to happen. It's what's crazy about it is it's like they happen in the same way. That's what's so weird. The interceptions are happening the same way and almost at the same point of a game. And that's what's crazy about it. And I don't understand. I just don't understand it, man. I don't know.
And this is what I want to say. And I have nothing against Miller, but I don't think he's gonna go into the draft. He loves USC so much. I feel like he's gonna come back. But as the coach, this is a time where we have to go on in, kind of help him get into the portal, I would say. But we have to see what we have in Maiville. Because I believe the kid is talented. We have to see what we have in him. Like you got to get him on the field. You got the season. Hey, it's a wash now. You know what I'm saying? We got to build for the future. We got to play Maiville. We got to see what we have in him. And I don't have anything against Miller. And Miller numbers look, even though they were putting up his numbers and how he compared with Caleb and everybody else and all that. And this is a term I like to use. It's called empty calories, right? That's like you getting stats and all that. But if somebody looked at your stats, they'd be like, man, this guy is great. This guy is great. But if you actually watch the game, you're like, there's some issues there and some big time issues. And what it puts me in the mindset of, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Dallas Cowboys. I can't stand the Cowboys. I always root for them lose. But it's like Dak Prescott. If you look at Dak Prescott numbers on Sundays, you'll say, oh, he had a phenomenal game. But if you watch the game, you'll see that his interception changed the whole complexity of the game. And most of his yards came after the interception because he was behind. And, they was kind of like junk yards. They were empty calories. You know what I mean? And so, but I would like to see Maiville play. I want to see what we have in him. Because you can't let this kid get away. I think he can play. I believe that he can play. So we need to go ahead and play him.
Well,
But
there's a
Yeah.
reason why he's not playing.
here's the crazy thing, Jay.
USCJ.
Here's the crazy thing, though. I mean, even if we don't start them, Jay been saying this for I don't know how long packages. I'm gonna show you the difference between coaches who are willing to adapt and coaches who are not. LSU and Texas A&M. LSU was owning Texas A&M. You know what that coach did? He said, "Okay, we can't run the ball, so it ain't open up." The second half, they came out, they took their starting quarterback, put the backup in, started running the zone reading, and ran the ball right down LSU throat, and came back and blew them out. I tell you another. Look at the team we just played today. How many times did they bring their running quarterback in on third and short, fourths and shorts to run the RPO? They true freshman quarterback. Washington did it about 5 or 6 times today.
Yep.
But Lincoln, look, I can't even do that to Lincoln Riley because Lincoln Riley did that in Oklahoma. So you know what I mean? Like I can't say that because Lincoln Riley did that. He sat Spencer Rattler and put in Caleb Woods. That's what he did. So he's already done that. So to me, I agree with USCJ. There's a reason he's not playing. So I don't know what the reason is. I just think that he has to make a decision now because we're at the point where you just have to make a change and I agree with what USCJ said. Here's the thing. Everybody doesn't have the same credit, and you know this. And so if we're going to bench one player for fumbling, the other player may have more credit than that player. You know what I mean? Everybody knows this. It's you know what I mean? Everybody knows how it works. So Miller has more credit.
We can't use that notion because he took the running back out because he fumbled. Because I mean, look at our the right side of our offensive line and the abuse that they've been giving up this year. They ain't been taken out. So it's not like
he made switches. He switched them around.
Yep.
And so that's not even. Look, Miller has more credit where he's not willing to make that change. USCJ is correct. He could make the change, but he's not willing to do it. So he's really stuck with a quarterback that's immobile as opposed to the quarterbacks he's had in the past. So it's really stunting the offense in that way. But the interceptions, if he wasn't turning the ball over and he was just managing the game, which is what he kind of wants him to do, we wouldn't be having this conversation because our record wouldn't be this way. But the problem is that those interceptions are killers. They're game changers. The one against Michigan, it brought Michigan in the game. That's how they won technically because he threw a bad pick six. So all that stuff to me is about when you do it. You can have all the stats you want. You can do whatever you want. But in the biggest moments, that's when you make your money. USCJ, you know this. You play football. You know how it works. That's when you make your money. So if you don't do it in the biggest moments, that's when people are looking at you. So today, when you're up, you have to take that second drive and get some points out of it. You can't throw an interception right there, and you brought Washington back in the game. And I'm gonna keep real. That to me, that's the game because even if you come down and they brought it all the way down and ran the ball and Lincoln did good things, that play action pass he ran is the same play action pass he's ran a couple of times this year where it worked to Deuce, where it worked to Jacoby. The problem is everybody's seen it now. So now you just run the ball. They were running the ball effectively. They were dominating. And then the timeout hurt. The timeout hurt because it gave Washington some time to refresh. And that, you know what I mean? So they were ready. So look, we got to keep it real, man. We got to keep it a buck with this. It's that's how I look at USC. They have to.
I don't know if you guys noticed. It was a play that Jacoby Lane was wide open on the sideline, and he was going upfield, and Miller kind of threw it back shoulder, so he had to toe tap and go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Then on the play to Deuce, then it was another play to Hudson. He was going across to Jacoby on the third down, and the ball was a little bit behind him. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I want y'all to check this next game because what I seen from the wide receivers, it ain't no more. Yeah, it's okay, bro. This. They upset. Like when he threw that ball to Jacoby, Jacoby was going upfield, and he threw it short, and all he can do is toe because he would have had a touchdown. Like they arm motion. I don't know what they saying, but I know when I played football in college, we like, man, come on, throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Or and all these passes behind. Like, look at the wide receivers' body language and what they saying and what they doing. And I don't think it's good. I mean, not saying they doing anything wrong. I'm saying it ain't good stuff that they saying. You can see the frustration in them with all these balls that's too high behind them. You know what I'm saying? With all these bad balls.
Yep. Yep.
Just look at their body language and what they're doing after the bad pass.
Man, I think now, man, we just really have to. We really gotta. I think we can see some dominoes fall, man. And you guys are hearing it from me. It's a situation to where if we won this game, things would be different. But I'm hearing Cardi. Somebody just put this up. You see Cardi, Cardi Smith that's committed to USC on Instagram Live, and he pinned a comment saying him and Juju should go to Boulder. I mean, and I'm just saying this is not a good look tonight at all. And a lot of people saw it, and it's just not. I can expect some things to happen. That's all I'm.
Here's the thing. If Cardi go, that suck. It hurts. If Juju go,
it's over.
We losing. We losing a lot. We losing a lot of people.
It's over.
We losing a lot of people. We losing that wide receiver out of Utah. We losing a lot of people if Juju go. And he has a trip to Indiana too coming up for the Indiana-Michigan game.
I mean, USCJ knows this. I mean, it's part of the deal, man. It is what it is. You can't. Yeah, we should. Winning games helps your recruiting. Losing games can hurt your recruiting, but you gotta try to make things happen, especially in this era. So the way I look at it is, Miami wasn't good last year. The Miami Hurricanes were not good last year. They're undefeated off of one transfer.
Wait, time out. Okay, go ahead. I was gonna say, because if you look at this Miami team,
that's what I'm saying.
You look at this Miami team, they're not dominant. They're not great. What they got?
No.
They got a quarterback who can make the plays in the clutch.
That's my point. And USCJ he knows all about the recruiting stuff. And I just feel like this. They just got to roll it out and see what happens. If you want to go to USC, you're gonna go to USC. I mean, it is what it is. You can't worry about the people that's not coming. You got to worry about people that want to come. And at that moment, they know they have to make moves. I agree with USC. I think Lincoln Riley next year is on the clock. And I thought I would never say that. But
he definitely is. He definitely is.
So the way I look at it is he knows the stuff he needs to do. You have a great staff. It gives him a whole year. Maybe, you can get healthy. I'm not going to use excuses. No excuses. You got to play with what you got. We suffering on defense. It is what it is, man. You just got to make moves, make plays. There's nothing you can do about that. So I look at it like we just got to roll it out. But I agree with y'all. Just look, we got to play Mayoba. Let's see what we got. He can almost work on his flaws while he's playing on the field, because that's the best way to do it sometimes. And he gives you the option to run, the option to be two-dimensional. And Miller Moss is not two-dimensional, because when he gets off platform, that's when he becomes inaccurate. So that's what I see when I watch him play.
That's why I said we need to. Me and Jeff, we've been set. But here's the thing. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago, saying what is it to why we're not playing? Like we're not at practice. We don't know. He don't know the play, but we don't know. Mm-hmm. He still can have packages. But if you seen him in the spring game and he was only there a week, he still outperformed Miller Moss. And Riley didn't name a starter till the week of the LSU game, saying how close the competition was. So it don't make sense that he would not give him a shot to see what he got. So I can't believe that he played that well in the spring, and in the summer it was that close of a race, and to say that he don't know the playbook or he not this or that. Like, it's, to me, that wouldn't make sense. But for whatever reason, we'll never know. We'll never know why he's not playing. Forever, we won't know. We're not in the huddle. But at this point, you got to put him out there and see what he can do.
Yeah,
well, he's out there now.
You got to see what you got in him. You got to see what you got in him.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put this link in here, man, and I won't go over an hour. Anybody else who wants to come on, and you could come on, and I tell you, man. I'm getting messages. It's just, I'm telling you, this is not. We probably gonna be hearing some things, but it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. This whole thing is. It didn't have to be like this. Let me. You guys can hold tight if you want. D, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, USCJ?
Talk to me, fam.
You know, if you told me before the season that there was going to be a learning curve for Lincoln Riley, I would be okay with it. But I think the problem is for the level of status that we give Lincoln Riley, for the level of success, the Heisman and all the resume. I just can't get over certain decisions when it comes to clock management. The lack of creativity, and that's kind of where I just that's what's the most confusing. I just don't see how Maeva is not in on a goal line package.
It don't make any sense. I can't understand it either.
Again, I am not, I'm not taking up for him or anything like that. But we do know, as far as the learning curve for Riley and things like that. I mean, we have to look at it like this. And even as a team, Riley's a young coach. This is the first time that he's had to build a program, right? Stoops left him in good shape at Oklahoma. The program was already built. They had already stacked, I don't know how many 5-star class, top 5 classes on top of that for a good decade. So he's building up. This is the first time he's going through the building process. Clock management, things like that. He never had to worry. He never had to worry about that because he always had a quarterback that had him so far out in advance. Like he never had to deal with that stuff. So a lot of the stuff he's dealing with now, he's learning on the job. If that makes sense.
I personally, I'm gonna say it like I said it before. I just think that Moss is not the quarterback that fits the system. I think Jay Miles is the one that fits the system, and so I think that like I said, Caleb does a lot of unorthodox things, off-schedule things. That's what makes this offense go. That's what makes this offense be what it is.
And being able to run the zone read, because a play a play that's a staple in Riley's system that we have not seen this year is when you fake the zone read and you leak the back out in the flat or the tight end in the flat. Caleb Williams used to do it all the time. He used to keep and make the defender decide, are you going to take me or I'm going to dump this off? Or even they would even have Zachariah Branch flare out. You know what I'm saying? But we can't run there because we don't have the threat of the quarterback to keep.
Yeah, well, we do have the threat. We just got to get them in.
Right on the field.
We just need to see how that works, man. So
they don't respect that play. Like what you're saying, they run that play. They run it now, but they don't respect it because they know Miller Moss can't run. You know what I mean? So they're not even worrying about that because they know Miller's not going to tuck and run. He's not going to give you an option. They know he's going to try to throw it out to the back. So they just go there. And then they just let Miller Moss go and just because they know he's not going to run. So I agree with USCJ. This is the only quarterback Lincoln has had that has not really fit the system. If you just go back and look at the quarterbacks he's had, this is the only one. So I agree. It's growing pains. It is what it is. Is it frustrating? Is it disappointing? Yes, but it is growing pains.
We got so much talent. Indeed, I want to let you go ahead and say what you got to say. But there's so much talent on this team. Whatever quarterback, young talent on this team, and so whatever quarterback comes to this team, whether it's J.D. Maeva, Juju, whatever.
Juju, we speaking it, brother. We speaking it.
Yeah.
Please.
Another quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Another quick topic is I would like within this learning curve. I hope that Lincoln Riley could get to the root of his philosophy about the running game. Does he believe in running the ball until you get stopped and now we're gonna go back and pass it? Or does he look at the philosophy of a running game as you continue to run the ball because you're going to dominate the other team by the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna say about the first half too. In a situation that we with the run game, we tried to run. The offensive line wasn't opening up any holes in the first half, and most of the time we were behind the sticks because of false starts and other penalties.
Yep.
Yeah. So
D,
Coach,
I missed you. You hung up when I got on, Coach.
Hey, D, I didn't even know I was in here. I hit the wrong button. I exited. Go ahead, Jay. My fault.
No, hold on. D, okay, he fell off. Okay. Hey, coach, what you had to I got a bunch of people. I didn't realize I had to scroll up. There's so many people stacking up in here. I'm gonna have to get some of these calls. But
Okay,
Keon,
man. I'll hop off. I'll hop off, man, so you can get some more people.
Yeah, Paul.
okay. Hey, thanks,
Hey,
Keon, man. Good to hear from you, Christian. I know you're gonna come back, man. But
Yeah,
Yeah, brother.
okay,
coach,
yeah, I'll
coach.
spot
see you
on, man.
tomorrow, Christian. I need you to be on ours tomorrow asking you questions. I'll see you tomorrow, Christian.
Already, you know it.
Yep. Hey,
But
Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, I just thought of something. Hey, you think this is an NIL issue? You think there's a big booster that's like keep Miller in?
I, I'm not gonna. I'm not even going. I'm not even. I'm not.
All right.
It's too many people. It's too many people listening, man. Right now, I got
All right.
1,514 people between YouTube and between YouTube. Coach, hold tight for a minute.
Yeah.
Bishop, how you doing from Oklahoma? How
Hey,
you
what's
doing?
going on? Big salute. Big salute.
Salute to you. How your Sooners doing?
Oh, bro. Hey, we're going through the fire just like y'all.
Yeah, but this is kind of. I think for us, it's kind of unexpected. I don't think we've ever. I'm not sure Coach Riley has ever been here before, so I think it's
Yeah.
all new to everybody. You know.
Yeah, no doubt. But hey, the one thing I want to commend you guys, your defense is you got the right person. You just got to keep building.
I totally agree. I didn't even watch. Did you guys play today?
Yeah, we played Maine. Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
What was the score?
59 to 14.
Okay, yeah, you guys did what you were supposed to do, so
Yeah,
that's a good thing. But
but
I mean, how you guys think it's gonna be? You know, you're gonna come out this year.
man, it's the first time that we realize we're not in the Big 12, so the margin for winning is that much tighter. So you can't make mistakes, and we've been making a lot of mistakes. So we got our defense together. It's just our offense has to rise to the level now that we fired that offensive coordinator.
Absolutely. Well, look, I wish you guys much success. We pretty much in the same boat.
Hey, y'all want Lincoln Riley back? Y'all can have him back.
We good.
Hey,
We good. We good. We good.
hey, look, I love Lincoln. You already know how. Hey, coach,
Yeah,
you already
yeah,
know how I feel about him.
yeah.
I just feel like he just got to get the right quarterback in the system. We know what Lincoln can do.
Nah, in all seriousness, hey, you guys just got to keep building because you're in the Big Ten. It's not like you back in the Pac-12. You're in the Big Ten and you're going through the fire storms like we are. You, they're not the same system. So just keep building and
Yep,
keep the game tight because understand the breakthrough is coming. You just got to keep the faith.
absolutely. But I appreciate you, coach. I hadn't seen you in a while, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, well, look, stay blessed, and I definitely appreciate you coming in.
Not a problem. Big salute.
Hey,
Keep
salute.
the fight.
Absolutely. Hey, Boomer Sooner and fight on.
Fight on.
All right. All right, Bishop. Take care. All right, coach. So man, my battery, and I'm about to hit an hour. My battery's about to die. I don't want let me take this other call. So coach, let me take this one call real quick.
All right.
Jay,
Fight
can you
on,
hear me?
my man. What's good?
What's up, brother? How you
Hey,
making it?
man. Yeah, hey, they killing me over here. They killing me, man.
Hey,
I done lost my voice, man. I'm yelling at the TV. Man, hey, man, they killing me, man. Lincoln gotta, hey, back to your point, coach. I don't know, man, but you might be, it might be that, man, because it's no way he not, Lincoln is better than this. He know like some you're better
hey,
than this,
say
man.
can you say that again? Because it's when we losing like this, so many people forget how good Lincoln Riley is. And I believe everything it's the quarterback that makes the world go round. I believe with all my heart. That's what it is. It's just not him. He hasn't forgot how to call plays. This system is just not being ran the right way.
The story, the whole, the Miller Mall story, it sounds good. I always want, but that's the thing with Link sometimes. He did it with Grinch too, that loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be loyal, but man, sometimes, man, you got to pull the trigger. You got to make the best decision for the team. which he should have did that earlier with Grinch last year. But he waited so late, and it was, we was already out of it. But with the quarterback situation, he just need to. He should have, man. He should have pulled the trigger. And I'm not understanding why he didn't that fourth and goal. Man, if he was in the game, he would have pulled it. It's been plenty of times where if you can see it on the like, yo, why you not pulling this? I've been to like most of all the home games this year, and I'm looking at it on the RPO, like on the reads. He not even the DNs is not even looking at Moss at all. They just going straight to the run. If he could just sometimes pull it and get out of it, he could get 10 yards at least. At least, but like that play with the he only he hit his head. That's the last time I seen him run. That when he hit his head in the end zone. That was the last time I seen him actually try to make a run. So I don't know if that scared him. I don't know.
Yep.
He ran today. He kept it today and got a first down.
He got to do more. I mean, I know, man, but it's not effective though. He got to do it more. He got to do it more often for them, the defense, to stay honest on it.
Nah,
that's the only thing.
I'm with Jay. I'm with Jay now, and I've been fighting Jay for this for about a couple of weeks now. I've been fighting, and I'm Miller Moss's biggest fan. But I think it's time. We got to do something. We got to make a change.
Coach, what people don't understand, Coach, I've never went and bought a Caleb jersey. As much as I love Caleb, I got a bobblehead dog from the Dodger game, but I never went and bought a jersey. I got a Miller Moss shirt, says Miller time. I love Miller. I was probably one of the biggest, especially after the Louisville game, one of the biggest Miller guys. I was pumping him up. Was I wrong? Yeah, I will admit I was wrong. I did not, because none of us have saw a full year with Miller Moss. So was I wrong? I pumped him up. Yeah, I did. He balled out for Louisville. He balled out with LSU. After that game, you couldn't even tell me nothing. I even pumped him up even more. At that point, it was no turning back. Like, I knew I wouldn't order my shirt and everything. Utah State, we saw it again. But I started seeing some flaws. And then I had to start reflecting and go back and look back, realize that some of those passes that Louisville game was 50-50 balls. I just keep it real. Jacoby Lane, touchdown, he was just taller than some of those guys. And I realized even at LSU, Kyron Hudson didn't make no crazy acrobatic catch with coming from all the way over here. That might have been a pick if you really just keep it 100. And so when I went back and started looking, I said, wait a minute, is this the same guy that I know that I'm talking about, that I'm pumping up? And so I had to come to grips with myself. And so once I did that, I went back and then I started looking at some of the picks that were thrown to the left-hand side, which was almost a pick six for Utah State, but it was a pick six for Michigan to the left. Then it was a pick to against Penn State to the left. Like, I just started noticing some tendencies and some habits, and I just was like, maybe I was wrong about that, and I just had to come to grips. That's all. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yep. And that's the thing. When you think about it, there's 85 scholarships on a Division I team roster. You telling me all 85 of those scholarships are big time athletes and big time players? Only 22 play. People get lost in the system. Shit, I was a scholarship athlete at SC. Nobody in this chat know who I am. You know what I mean? I got lost in the box. Like, at one time, I was a star at Long Beach Poly High School, and I went to SC, and I thought I was going to be the next big thing, and I just wasn't good enough. But I could admit that, and that happens. You're going to miss. When I was coaching, I was high on a guy. I'll go recruit him. I became best friends with his parents, and then we signed him, and I missed. You're going to miss sometimes, and we missed on Miller. And I mean, we got to make the change now. We got to make the change now because we got to keep him. We got to keep Maiyava. So now's the time. You go on a bye week, and then you play Nebraska, and then you play UCLA, you play Notre Dame. Maiyava has to be your starter. You got to keep him there. And you got to – that Maiyava being the starter solidifies Juju signing to USC. You keep Miller Moss in, things start to get shaky, Jay. I'm just being honest with you. Too many questions if you keep Moss in. Way too many questions.
It's already it's so shaky right now. I mean, you would think it's a 7.3 earthquake right now. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna go back and watch some of this Lincoln Riley's press conference, but I saw a picture of Lincoln Riley in a press conference, and his facial expression, you could see it all over his face right now. And I hate it for him because I know how good of a coach he is. I know how good of a coach. Now that we got a defense that's better, I'm not saying the defense in two coaches' point, the defense is not perfect. So they got some things that they could clean up. But I will say, to their credit, there's so many guys that are out. And to be able to still only hold Washington to 26 points away, and all we had to do was score, it's unfortunate. So it's unfortunate that Lincoln has a defensive coordinator now. My concern is I want those guys to stay. They're high caliber guys. Eric Henderson, Deanton Lynn, Matt Ince. How do you think Matt Ince feels? He was on a national championship team for the past 3 years. Yeah, it was the one double A, but at the same time, these guys got winning cultures and winning traditions that they came from. But now here we are at 4-5. Man, it's hard to say that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, it's keeping Mac Ince happy. That paycheck, he'll be all right. He got a little.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jay, anything else you want to say before you get out of here?
Now I'm just gonna say, man, we got too much talent on this team too, man. We got so much talent. Branch had 100 yards tonight. Lynn had 770. I mean, we got at this point, we got to worry about keeping those guys too. Lane, like we got to worry, like these guys, like they gonna look at, they could possibly look at going to other places and doing better, on another system. Like we gotta try to keep everybody at this point, because these guys, man, these could be very big game changers in other programs for sure. Like, so it's just like we gotta really like keep these guys intact, man. We need all the talent we can get. And Juju, man, I hope we can pull him in. We need him, man. I hope we can reel him in there, man, because we lose him, man. I don't know, Jay. I don't know, man. He might start running
I'm
out
telling you
though.
I'm telling you right now, if we lose him, you could just expect everything to fall apart.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna fall apart like big time. We're gonna have to piece everything together like an old piecemeal, peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something. Like
Yeah,
seriously.
all right, Jay, fight on,
All
man.
right,
Get out of
now.
here. All right,
Hey,
coach.
fight on.
All
All
right.
right, coach. Tell them where you're gonna be at tomorrow, coach. In the morning.
Salute Detroit podcast. We'll be live doing the same thing. You pull through, Jay. 9 a.m. Pacific. That's 12 Eastern time, right? 12
Okay,
Eastern time.
yeah.
It's
Who's all gonna be on there tomorrow?
I think it's gonna be me, Ryan, and Jamal. It may just be me and Jamal.
Okay, yeah. I saw Ryan, man. I missed my flight, man. Can you believe that? Well, I'll tell you about that. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I don't even feel like this whole game situation. But yeah, make sure you tap in with them tomorrow, man. It's
Yeah.
they do a phenomenal job. I love to hear Jamal.
I got some good stuff on Twitter, Jay. Go check it out. It's on the USC. It's on the LAFB Twitter.
Okay.
I got some coaching stuff on there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, we just gotta get ready for the youngsters. It sucks, but we gotta get ready for the youngsters, Jay.
That's it.
Get ready for the
So,
youngsters in the Holiday Bowl. Maybe we can hang out in San Diego together.
hey, man, absolutely, man. I guess. I mean, if we can make, we 4-5. I hope we make a bowl game.
Hey, UCLA's rolling right now.
They playing some ball. It's crazy. All of a sudden.
Yep.
So all right, man. Hey,
All right.
and look, until later on, I appreciate you, coach.
Yep, no problem. I'll see you.
All right. So look, man, until later on, I'm signing out of here, man. And I appreciate everybody we got more in it. Hold on for a second. B.
Hey, let me make a couple quick points before you get out of here, USCJ.
Okay.
Like I've been saying from the beginning, man. Again, I hate to keep beating the dead horse, man, but I called it first, man. I said, look, Minnesota lost. Mahava need to be the starter. Second thing, even with that, I know Coach said, we still having some issues with the defense. He sees the defense. I don't see it that way. Every game we've been in it, and Riley hasn't got anywhere near his average points per game since he's been the head coach.
Yeah.
He hasn't got anywhere near it. And if we have Mahava, I think we'll win at least another. I think we're sitting at least 8-2 right now. If we had 8-2 right now. Oh, 5-4, well, 8. I would say at least 7-1, 7-2.
Yeah,
I think we sit on that right now.
I totally agree.
And the last point that I'm going to make is I know Juju and Carly Smith, they posting tweets and stuff like that. But USC been playing ball since the 19th century. These kids going to be in school at the most 4 years. So whether they come or not, the program's still going to be here, man.
Yep.
Whether they come or not. Now, I'm not trying to, discourage or this is no shade or no shot at Juju or Carde for posting tweets. Let the kids go wherever they want to go. But the program been around since the late 1800s, man. It's going to survive. It's going to survive regardless.
It's going to survive. It kind of sucks because you know that the guys that they're going to bring with them.
Well, we got the talent, Jay, and it didn't have to be this way. One thing I will say this. Riley has given Moss a fair shot to get to the next level. He has given him a fair shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he can't say, well, hey, look, if I was given a fair opportunity, I probably would have went higher in the draft or, I probably would have had more success. No, even in the first half, he was letting Moss sling the ball. And Moss was throwing the ball behind receivers. He was throwing it at their feet. He can't elude the pass rush, and he had time all game. Again, this is no knock on him. He's just not the QB for the system, man. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree.
Yeah, so it is what it is, Jay. But go ahead, man.
We'll see what happens. The dominoes, whatever happens between this, as a result of this, it is what it is, bro. We're gonna.
I believe some decommits are coming.
Yeah,
but again,
getting all kind of crazy checks right now for some people. I'll just put it like that. So hey, whatever happens.
Yeah, there's something coming. But here's the thing: where you got a few that decommit, you're gonna have a couple that's going to commit, and you just got to coach those kids up. That's it. I believe Miami is the quarterback, whether Juju comes or not. I would like to see him there, but Miami can run the show for the next 2 years, at least until Ryder Lyons get there. But I do believe Ryder Lyons is coming. But he has to make the change now. He has to make the change now. It has to be for the Nebraska game. Moss has had ample enough time to show what he can do, and he has too many costly turnovers. He has too many costly turnovers at the wrong time. So I'll leave on that, man, and catch up with you later, man. Fight on.
All right, big dog. Hey, fight on, man. Fight on. So look, man, I'm out of here, man. Appreciate everybody. We got 1,537 people between YouTube and Twitter. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. I hate you guys had to tap in on a note like this where we lost this game, man. It's another game that another winnable game that we could absolutely win, but who knows what's going to happen from here on out. As my man Young Tiny said when he was last up in here, USCJ, this stuff, I'm not taking this stuff down. I'm going to support the team no matter what. If we got 2 wins, I'm supporting. We got 1 win, I'm supporting. It don't matter how many wins. Some of you may go, but I'm going to be right here when you come back. Because at the end of the day, I'm still holding on to that hope that USC is going to be that team that one day they were. And that was, when I was watching them early on. Well, before I was watching them early on growing up in the 90s, they weren't all that hot. And, of course, they started getting a little better. Of course, teams like Keisha, but I'm not going to go into the history. But, hey, I've seen them be bad. I've seen them get real good. And then I've seen them where we at right now. So, it is what it is, man. History always repeats itself. I'm going to hang in there no matter what. This is USC, man. We continue to fight on. We don't just fight on the field, but we fight on as well as being fans. If you don't want to be fighting on, jump off the bandwagon. But I'm gonna roll this thing till the wheels fall off. It don't matter. I don't never leave. As I stated before, when I first started this podcast, I used to watch my grandmother on Saturdays, every Saturday, watching USC football. I grew up 4 miles from the stadium. I know nothing else. I'm rocking with them. It is what it is, and we're gonna rock and roll until they get back to where they need to be. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. I'm up out of here. Fight on.